All right, I don't even know where to start with this video other than number one, never work with an MCN or management company for your YouTube channel or any of your social media. And number two, you guys that are watching, I want everyone to know that is watching this on every platform, you can use any of my content whenever you want and gain money off it. For instance, you guys could take this exact video you are watching now, re-upload it, make money off it, and it will never cause any complications. I'm gonna jump into why that is so important in just a moment. You can take all my short videos, any form of videos you want, post them on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, wherever you want to do with my content, you guys are welcome to do. You have my word in this video. You guys can use any of my content whenever you want. So today's topic is going to be about MCNs. And if you have no idea what that is, there's a very popular H3 video that I'll reference a couple times throughout this video. Basically, what an MCN does for a YouTube channel, I signed with mine back in, I believe, 2018, 2017 timeframe, around then. Now, the company I was working with at that time was called BBTV, and what they do is they manage your YouTube channel and they take a revenue split. This was very popular back in the day. I mainly did it as a safety precaution because my YouTube channel went down once, and they had connections, right, at YouTube in case that scenario was ever to take place again, almost like a safety net. So the deal that they offered me was a 95-5 split. I keep 95% of my YouTube revenue. They take 5% for managing my YouTube channel. They're supposed to bring in sponsorship deals, manage your ads, just overall manage your content, help you grow as a content creator, right? Wrong. Very, very wrong. So what happened was, even a couple years ago, I remember H3 made a video talking about BBTV, which was his MCN, and how they were secretly behind closed doors, I think taking money from his live streams, memberships. I can't remember the exact details, but essentially he was very upset because he felt taken advantage of. And I'm gonna jump into the story in just a moment. I feel very taken advantage of. Mainly because I was not aware of what was actually going on behind closed doors. And to be honest, I probably still would not know to this day and at this exact time if it weren't for other fellow creators that are good friends of mine reaching out to me directly and saying what was going on. So I also want to preface, if you have ever received a copyright notice from me or a takedown or someone claiming to be me or any of those types of things, owning the revenue on your video you made because you used a clip of me in it or from one of my videos, please reach out to me directly. You guys can on my Instagram, KENNYKO with 4 O's, or leave a comment maybe down below on this. I'll also leave like other contact deals as well, but definitely get back to me. So essentially what happened is, as you guys heard in the start of this video, I love people to use my content. Use it as much as you want, profit on it, make as much money as you possibly can. Even if your video, let's say for instance, you re-uploaded this one and it got 10 million views. I mean, it would probably never happen, but if it did, good for you. That's exactly what I want. I want you guys to be able to profit even off of my content, even if it far surpasses the amount of views I got on my own channel, right? It's just called exposure. I want people to be able to see my content. I want to be able to interact with you guys. I want people to learn things from my content, and that is why I make the content. So what I found out was happening from a close friend was they reached out to me very upset, and rightfully so, saying, hey, yo, what the fuck, Kenny? You copyrighted my video. I used a clip, and it, to be also transparent, it fell under fair use, right? They were just reacting to a clip that I posted. Totally legal to do, nothing illegal about it. And so I was just kind of baffled, drawn back, didn't know how to react to it because I've never done a copyright strike on anyone in my entire life. I've never done a copyright notice takedown. Of course, I've received them from other people, Cali Muscle, but I've never sent them out to anyone, not a single soul in the entirety of my YouTube career. So jump back to BBTV, who is my MCN that's managing my YouTube channel. I go into my YouTube dashboard, which is where you can see, you know, all your analytics, everything that's going on with your channel. I don't see any copyright things going out. I don't see any pending requests for takedowns. I don't see anything about this fellow creator, their video that was copyrighted, right? Of course, this then piques my interest because I didn't know this type of thing was going on. I'm like, this wasn't me. I don't know what this would be. Can you tell me who this was? Come to find out, it was by a company called RHEI, which was the rebrand or bought out from BBTV, the one that was working with H3 Productions. And I don't know if they were bought out and then they went, I don't know the full details, right, of if they just wanted to rename or if they got bought out by a different person and total restructure. Or maybe they were just completely doing things illegitimate and wanted to change their identity, hide, start fresh. I really don't know. But for instance, BBTV is RHEI. So they say it's from this company. I can't even see on my end what copyrights are going out. I reach out to them. They say essentially, hey, we're sorry this happened. It's due to some automated response. So we want to protect you as a content creator. So we seized the funds from that video. So he used a little snippet, right, reacting to one of my videos. They then feel the need to take all the money or revenue from that creator's video that they made. All their hard work, money, effort, tears, blood, sweat, whatever you want to say that went into the video, they wanted to take it. Now what's interesting is they're doing this on my behalf without me ever knowing, signing any type of contract, any type of deal, saying that I ever wanted this type of thing. So after some very upset emails saying that I want people to be able to use my content, how could they be doing this without me signing anything? This is a breach of contract, yada, 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 going back and forth. They decide to release the copyright claim on that said creator. So I think it's just boom, 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 done. Okay, it was a weird freak accident. I'll move on from it. And keep in mind, I was also still on edge about the whole H3 thing that went down because I was aware and I was pending wanting to leave the MCN because I wasn't gaining anything. They weren't helping my channel grow. I haven't met with a channel manager in years about, growth or where the video direction should go. Even talking to anyone, they haven't brought me in a single proposal or sponsorship deal with anyone. So really, I've just been paying 5% of my YouTube revenue to this MCN since 2017, 2018. I can't remember the exact year. I'd have to check when I signed the contract. And it's a contract that year after year just continues to, run its circle. And then you have to give a 30-day notice before that year ends that you want to leave, in which case I did do a couple times, but they usually try and finagle their way out by buying you out and offering you, some check in order to keep you on board, which I did do a couple times. So 5% of the revenue. And then I'm just like, you know what? Fine, whatever it is, what it is. I'll just keep working with them. Then come to find out, it happens again to someone that is pretty credible in the industry, a relationship I would never want to burn. And this is where things caught fire. This is where I was livid, upset. I knew that there had to be more going on behind closed doors because number one, I wasn't seeing the revenue from any of these claims or anything that was going on, nor would I ever want to. I want people, once again, to be able to use my content freely, make money off my content, do whatever you want with my content. That's what I prefer. Where's the money going from all these copyright claims? Number two, they're doing it illegally because people often are using my clips to react to, which is totally legal. You can do that on YouTube. You can do it on social media. You are transforming or creating new content by reacting to clips. A lot of my videos, I use other people's content, clips, and everything and react to it. In fact, probably a majority of my content, I do that. So this gets me absolutely livid. Then I start to dig deep, right? I want to know how many videos have been claimed. How long have they been doing this without me knowing? Why can't I see any of these going out? Why was nothing ever signed on my behalf to allow this type of thing to be happening? And now it's causing a defamation of character, right? It's making me look bad because they're claiming videos on my behalf, pretending to be me, essentially ruining business relationships, right, is what it boils down to, because it's a scummy thing to do. For instance, Cali Muscle, when he copyrights my videos wrongfully and illegally, it pisses me off because they're illegally doing an activity to try and damage you as a person. And I would never want that to happen to someone on the receiving end like it's happened to me. So then they keep giving, these little sly responses. Oh, here's the report, blah, 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 blah. But, just trying to almost misdirect, gaslight me into thinking everything's okay. Oh, please tell us which video it was. We will remove that claim immediately. This had to be an error. And as soon as I start to ask questions, things get very interesting. So I schedule a phone call, which I'm sure I'll be throwing up clips and whatnot, which they did agree to be recorded on the phone call. You can see how upset I am in my voice about everything that is going on or has gone down. So the issue I have, right, is it's almost like defamation of character because I never signed anything saying I wanted copyrights to be filed on my behalf for any type of content. In fact, I actually prefer people use my content to spread awareness about me as a content creator, and I'd rather people actually profit off of using my clips and whatnot on TikTok, whatever social media platform, YouTube, whatever it may be. Regardless if I received an email, I never signed anything saying that I want to file any type of copyrights even if you believe it's beneficial for my channel. And for instance, so a copyright was filed not only against a friend of mine that's a content creator, which is the only reason I was even made aware of this to begin with. The director of the Arnold, which is one of the most massive fitness expos, who's Arnold Schwarzenegger's personal manager, reached out to me saying that one of his videos got copyrighted, which I didn't even own the content to. So not only is it filing copyrights, it's filing illegal copyrights because I didn't own any of the content that was being claimed by whatever your detection system is for that content. Ultimately, I proposed just leaving just due to a breach of contract. I never signed anything saying I wanted any form of copyrights placed on my behalf. Even though they say it's to protect the creator, I don't want to be protected. I want people to use my content, once again, as much as they possibly can. Use every single one of my fucking videos if you want to. Every single one, okay? Just as long as you don't pretend to be me, just re-upload my content. You can call it KENNYKO clips, KENNYKO re-uploads. You can post literally every single one of my videos and profit off it. That is my word in this video. You can clip it, you can send it to whoever you want, okay? But it just pisses me off because how much went on behind closed doors, I'm wondering now, that I was never aware of, right? Like how many potential relationships or people I could have had a good relationship with were ruined because maybe they were a new content creator, they used one of my clips to react to or something, and then I never knew that a copyright claim or anything went out, which once again, that's why if any of this ever happened to you guys that are watching, please reach out to me in my Instagram DMs. Let me know that, you know, in this year, this video, if this is the case, that took place, please. I want to right the wrongs that were done on behalf of this MCN that had no idea or recollection that this was even going on. So essentially, I give them the proposal, though, drop all copyright claims that have ever been filed on my behalf since, the beginning of our contract together, 2017, 2018 timeframe. Tell me where all the money went from all these claims that were placed, because once again, essentially what happens when you claim a video, you get all the revenue that video collected in views from AdSense. Similar to the H3H3 situation that took place where they were taking his membership money. Once again, I don't remember the exact details, but they were essentially doing things behind closed doors because it wasn't part of the contract and they thought and deemed it okay until eventually someone on H3H3's team found out what was going on and then started to raise questions and figure out what was actually going on. It was almost like we're going to get away with it as long as we can until someone catches it and then we'll figure out from there. And it's just the most, I can't work with a business like that. I really can't. And this is why I'm making this video. Definitely to vent and let my piece out, right? So everyone knows, and I hope I can right the wrongs that potentially been done to anyone, but also just to make you aware to avoid any MCN. They will not offer you anything. They are just going to be collecting a paycheck from you, probably subtly behind closed doors without you even being aware, taking certain revenue of certain things from your channel or your growth. And it's not going to help you. Once again, I never got a single sponsorship deal from them. I never got any type of growth participation from them. I was never included in anything. Essentially, once again, money that I don't even know the amount of they have collected, and then just the 5% every single paycheck, right, from YouTube since 2017, 2018. So don't do it. Do not sign with an MCN ever. I knew I should have trusted my gut when I saw the H3H3 video because, once again, I got worried. I saw BBTV, blah, 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 whatever his titles were, exposing them, and that's who I was working with, and I was like, ugh. But the only reason I stayed is, I'm not doing live streaming. I'm doing live streaming now. I'm glad I'm figuring this all out. I wasn't doing live streaming then, so I was like, I don't really have to worry. We have a contract. It's 95-5 split. Like, it's 5% of the revenue. It's not like a huge part of the paycheck, but I'm still paying them money. I don't really know where they'd be taking money from. Now I know. So I was gonna leave, decided not to, and I definitely should have followed my gut and intuition. So if you guys are at all on the fence about leaving an MCN, or you have some that are reaching out to you, because I always have some in my emails too that are trying to get me to sign with them, not knowing that I was already with an MCN. I know there's so many companies that do it. There's management companies for every form of social media you can possibly think of. Don't do it. It is not worth it unless for some reason you don't want to do any work at all. But I've always been a self-driven, content creator. I like to make my content. I edit majority of my content. So there's just no point. There's just people trying to gain off of you. And once again, sorry to anyone that maybe potentially received ever a copyright notice from me or the funds were taken from your video. Just to reiterate once again, if it ever happened, please reach out to me. I just want to make you guys aware. I'm trying to think off the top of my head if there's anything else I forgot that went down with this. But yeah, I was extremely disheartened, still furious about it. In fact, now that I've been filming this video, it's starting to get me all pissed off again, just that companies can do this. But yeah, just be careful, guys. I love and appreciate you all so much. Once again, end the video. You can use all my content, whatever you guys want. And just remember to be careful.